Okay, so let's talk about Andy Cohen and his shade. So much of it these days, so much. He's cranky. He's getting so cranky in his old age. Anyway, lack of sleep probably. So Andy Cohen is in Australia and they are doing Sydney Pride. And he's doing a promotional campaign with Hayu, which of course airs the Housewives shows that he executive produces overseas and in particular in Australia. So he is there to promote Hayu because the shows are on there that he executive produces. And they have a campaign that they're running right now called Be Bold, Be Proud, and Be You. You. Now, one of the main things he's promoting, though, is Watch What Happens Live, as you're going to see, because I'm going to play you sound from a show that he appeared on just this week in Australia, but we don't get it in the US, which is why this is going to be so much fun. Special thanks to my Australia friends for sending me this clip of Andy Cohen on 7news.com.au. And yeah, let's listen to what he had to say. Now, I want to say that initially he says, you know, they show a bunch of clips from Watch What Happens Live of his like highlighted moments, mainly Mariah Carey and J-Lo dragging each other, and also, I don't know, some scenes from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion and New York. So that's what they show.
Andy Cohen joins us now on the couch. Good morning. Welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning, Nat. How are you?
We are well. Now, the man who knows more about reality TV than anyone else around. Can you tell us why we're more obsessed than ever before?
I think we love judging human behavior. You know, it's like guilt-free. We love to judge our friends. We love to, you know, and people on the shows that we've created are people that we now consider our friends, and we can say, hey, why'd you do that? Or that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or,
It's sort of voyeurism, isn't it?
It is. It's like guilt-free gossip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I love how he says it's guilt-free gossip. Like, there's nothing more positive than judging your close friends on their every move and behavior. That's so positive and so guilt-free. Since when is getting dirty positive, Andy? Even I know that. Even I don't say I'm positive. Come on. Now, he, of course, is talking about the Housewives, but I think this, like, positive spin's a bit of a stretch, Andy. Just saying.
You have nothing to feel guilty about.
We'll come to the Housewives franchise in a tick, but you also do a chat show with celebrities. Celebrities notoriously guarded. There are no-go zones that they won't talk about. They're PR people, like they've told us about you.
You can ask me anything. You're Kashi.
What's your secret to getting the most out of a celebrity in an interview?
Okay, I would give anything to know what Andy Cohen's publicist told Kachi not to ask him. Just saying. Anybody know? Please leave it in the comments.
I think that I want the interview to be authentic. I think that when people come on my show, the audience has an expectation that I'm going to kind of go there. And I do, but I do it with a smile. And I don't want anyone leaving mad. I don't want anyone, you know, saying I'm never going to do this show again. I want them to be...
Have you seen some of his more tumultuous interviews he's done? Oh my goodness. Recently, Sarah Michelle Gellar was a little stressful, I'd say. Who else kind of? Heather Dubrow, definitely. Like, they're not cuddly with each other.
Should want to come back.
So you're the smiling assassin.
Yes.
So what happens, you know, we've all been in that interview, well, maybe not you, but when you know it's a dud, you can feel it going downhill.
Yes.
What do you do then?
Well, I think that's one of the fun things. Watch What Happens Live is a live show, and you can see it same day on Hayu, by the way, streaming. And it is, thank you. I tried. But I lean into the authenticity. If it's boring or if it's going wrong, then I think that there's an element that makes that really kind of exciting TV. When people are like, oh, wait, this is going off the rails. I don't want to turn. Or he seems bored. Or those two guests hate each other. I think that's when it really starts getting interesting.
Oh, you know what was another interview that was really weird was Andy's interview with Louis Ruelas and Teresa Giudice on February 14th for Valentine's Day. That interview definitely went off the rails a little bit. And you're going to see by the end of this interview goes a little bit off the rails, which I thought was funny because they kind of foreshadow it. And then it does. Watch. You'll see.
Boring interview. So, most boring celebrity you've ever interviewed?
Boring celebrity?
Most boring.
I wouldn't say boring, but Deborah Winger didn't love being on my show. She's a legend. She's an icon. I was asking her all these personal questions, and I just got the sense she would rather be anywhere else.
See, Harrison Ford was ours.
He's a rough interview, but a lovely guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Harrison Ford is notorious for being a tough interview because he doesn't like shenanigans. But Harrison Ford was a regular person way late into his life. And then he became super, super famous. He was a carpenter. He's like a down-to-earth guy. He doesn't like all this Hollywood bullshit. And I mean, he can fly a plane and he survived a plane crash. Like Harrison Ford, rock star material. So hot. I love him. Okay, we'll go back to the interview. Back to Andy.
But the best, the most surprising interview.
I mean, Oprah was great. It's the legends that I get really excited and I got really flattered that when they come and see me. Mariah, as you saw from the clip, has been on a lot, and we have a lot of fun. Hillary Clinton's been on several times and has really said absolutely nothing's off the table, and she's really let me go there in a very fun way. We've done shots together.
Really?
Okay. Does Andy know anything about Australia? Maybe don't bring up Hillary Clinton. Andy's not as hip to the pop culture as we think he is.
Yeah, it's a party. That's the secret.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any tequila? Yeah.
Get the celebrities drunk is the secret sauce of Watch What Happens Live.
Speaking of going there, Real Housewives.
Yes.
So a lot of it ends up in a fight, which is sort of, we love.
Yes.
It's hilarious. How much of it ends up on the cutting room floor? How do you get them to just sit down and start going at each other?
We cast people who are very engaged and who are strong-willed and who have a lot of opinions. So I think the secret sauce is, first of all, in the casting. Second of all, listen, there are a lot of boring bits. We try to balance out the show. So you're driving towards the drama. But if there weren't personal stories and if there weren't laughs, then I don't think the show would be such a juggernaut around the world 16 years later. It's not just, if it was only about the fighting or a drink toss, we would not still be one-dimensional.
So do you have a favourite Housewives of a particular city?
Okay, he's so not going there. But, 16 years. He just loves himself. Okay, let's keep going.
10 right now, believe it or not, and I'm an EP of all of them, and they all give me something different.
Right.
Yes.
Have you ever sat there in the edit suite and thought, oh, we can't do this. This is too far. And what would that be?
Every so often.
Okay, this is going to shock you guys because this is such a lame example he chooses. I mean, there's so much better than this, but he chooses to go with this lame one. Listen.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? There was just something, I'm trying to remember what city. There was just something in Miami where a couple had to put their dog down. And the dog was very sick. And there was a scene of them actually saying goodbye to the dog. And we cut that scene out.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, well,
it was too much.
Thanks for bringing that
I'm
up.
sure that was not. Sorry to disappoint you, Nat. I wanted some business here. I'm sorry to bring you down at 7:50 in the morning.
Okay, so we've done.
So, yeah, it was kind of a weird selection. It kind of killed the interview for a minute there. They were like, the Australian commentator people or interviewers were just like, what is happening? That was such a weird example. But what I was going to say is that they did show Lisa and Dr. Lenny and their kids saying goodbye to the dog, not like at the doctor's office as he's going to sleep to pass away. So I'm kind of wondering, was there like another scene, like they shot them saying goodbye to the dog at the house and then they shot him again at the vet saying goodbye to the dog? Or did he just make a mistake there? What do you guys think? I love being petty. I'm so fucking petty. Okay, this is where the interview starts to go P-tong.
Now wanted some
interviews that went
business here.
downhill.
I'm sorry to bring you down at 7:50 in the morning.
Okay, so we've done
Wow, I'm a downer on the show.
We've done Real Housewives of Melbourne.
Yes.
Sydney.
Right.
A rumour there could be a Gold Coast.
I don't know. Those are shows that are not produced, but I have nothing to do with them, and so I can't tell you anything.
You don't?
Oh my God. So the commentators made a mistake, or the interviewers made a mistake, and they didn't know what shows Andy did. So they assumed the shows in Australia that are housewives were his shows, but they're not. They have nothing to do with him. Oops. That's embarrassing.
Unfortunately, sorry. Wow, I'm letting you down.
Do you have
Research.
a wish list though? Like, what would you like to do with Real Housewives?
Well, I mean, there are people that you always think, wow, they'd be great. I always thought, and Kyle Richards said this recently, I always thought that Chrissy Teigen would be great in Beverly Hills. She's so there are people that are kind of, you know, in your mind, you think, this would be awesome to get them.
So do you throw more money at people that you think, okay, this would make the show, so we'll offer them a lot of cash?
Well,
Lisa
I
Rinna
think
goes like
first
this.
of all, before you start talking about money, you need the buy-in. And I don't think Chrissy's there yet. But I say the word yet because wouldn't it be great if she came around?
Yeah.
So have you thought of doing Housewives Beijing or
I've not. The
Moscow,
only international housewives that we produce in the States is Dubai.
Okay, so I have a few things to say here. Number one, Chrissy Teigen is still canceled from trying to yell at people and tell them to kill themselves and eating babies. Since when is she a great choice for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Anyway, isn't her Instagram feed enough? We see her doing her own reality show on there. Until she was canceled by you guys. So I don't know. That was a weird one. Again, I don't feel like he's that on point or in touch. It must be, he's so far up the mountain now that he has lost touch with the Pueblos, the simpletons like me. Andy! The other thing I took away was what a terrible choice to say Real Housewives of Dubai. He's there for Pride, okay? It's Hayu's thing, and he chooses to bring up, of all the franchises, Real Housewives of Dubai. You guys know that they don't accept gay or LGBTQ lifestyle in Dubai, which has been a huge criticism about the Real Housewives. So the fact that he brought that up is shocking because it's just not what you should be bringing up when you're there for Pride. He should have just said nothing. Didn't need to say anything about international nothing. How about that? Or how about make up one? I'm thinking about doing Real Housewives of France. Let's just, pull it out of your hat. Doesn't have to be real. They're not going to IMDb you. Anyway, it was way off, this one. I was like, what? I almost fell off my chair. He's rusty from doing maybe media junkets. I don't know.
So that's our only international, and that's a great. That's a great one.
Yeah,
that's lots of money.
But hey, you've been given
Real
an
great.
idea by us.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I have.
Should I pull up the letter that all
I
the
think the two
people
of you
sent
might be
saying
good.
take it down? Here's the letter. Just a quick reminder. This is from May 25th, 2022, regarding Real Housewives of Dubai and UAE misogyny, homophobia, and violence against women. That's real pride-centric.
You played kind of a married couple on TV for 5 or so years.
Yeah, hey, we're living it.
You are.
It's us, yeah. We'll take it.
Then Andy oddly switches the interview around on the interviewees and starts asking them questions like we give a shit, because we don't. And he's like, what do you guys fight about? And this is their answer. Does anyone care? Do you guys care?
Really?
Don't shut up.
Yeah.
Well, that's tough. The co-anchor role is
And
difficult.
she's so opinionated, and I'm quite.
We love
quiet
Nat's
and-
opinions.
Yeah, but
Kashi.
I'm a bit shy and retiring, so
Oh, I see
find
that.
that a bit great.
Yes.
All right.
Anyway.
Andy, great to have you back.
Wow,
in
you're
Australia.
dumping me off now that I'm getting into what your issues
Bye,
are.
Andy. Thanks for coming.
Don't yell at Nat.
Thank you. It's really nice to meet you.
You too.
Thank you.
You two are great together.
Thank you.
I'm going to send you a contract.
Okay, we're going to use that in the promo. And of course,
Okay, the interview just went right off the rails right there. Even Andy knows it. You could see it in his face. I'll see if I can capture it. This is Andy cringing at the end of the interview we just gave. I'm being hard on Andy. I mean, he probably didn't sleep actually before that interview. So to be fair, he probably went straight from a red eye to that interview. I'm being hard on him. But by the way, my friends are in Australia and they're around where he is and they're going to go find him and get me some gossip. Eyes and ears everywhere. Eyes and ears everywhere. By the way, if you haven't hit the like, subscribe, and notification button, could you do that now if you'd like? Thank you.